Welcome back to the final chapter of the top 50 underrated wide receivers. Number one, I had Don Hutson. Now, those don't know who he is. He may have been the greatest wide receiver that a few people know about, because Jerry Rice is heralded in regards to the greatest receiver to wear a pair of cleats. But Jerry Rice broke most of the records that Don Hutson set. Don Hutson set all the records. He set all the records that will be broken later in years to come. When you look at Don Hutson, he was the first modern wide receiver who led the league in receiving yards for the Green Bay Packers for 8 years during his 11-year career. Hutson, credited with creating many passing routes, made him a dominant receiver who still holds records such as 8 consecutive seasons leading the league in pass receptions, 5 consecutive seasons leading the league in pass receptions, 7 seasons leading the league in pass receiving yards gained, 9 consecutive seasons leading league in pass receiving touchdowns, a 8-time All-Pro selection, a 4-time Pro Bowler, and a 3-time champion in the NFL, a 2-time MVP, the all-time leader in franchise history with 99 touchdowns. He's the epitome of an underrated great wide receiver. In NFL history, 488 receptions for 7,991 yards, receiving, and 99 touchdowns. So he's truly the most underrated wide receiver. You talk about the great wide receivers overall. You're not going to mention Don Hutson. You're going to talk about Jerry Rice or Randy Moss, people like that. But they don't mention Don Hutson. Don Hutson was a guy that set all the records that would later be broken down the line. But he was the first truly great modern wide receiver, man. What he did with the Packers, and the numbers speak for himself. So let's get into more reasons why he's underrated and close this series out. It's been a great one. Hope you enjoyed it. Now, Don Hutson is considered the first modern wide receiver, the most dominant player of his era. He revolutionized the position, inventing modern pass routes. Again, 99 receiving career touchdowns. That's a benchmark they set, It was during the single platoon era, during his 11 years. The Packers led the NFL receiving yards 7 times, touchdown receptions 9 times, and receptions 8 times. When he retired in 1945, his 488 receptions were more than double the second place player on the all-time list. He held the all-time record for career receiving touchdowns for 44 years before it was eventually broken by Steve Largent in 1989. So beyond the past, what makes Hutson even more underrated to my fans is that he was a vital two-way player. He was a defensive back. He had 23 interceptions in the final 4 seasons. He was an elite place kicker, leading the league in scoring 4 times. So this guy is definitely underrated. That's why I have him at number 1 on my list. So that's all I got to say about that. Thanks for 60 people tuning in. 5 people tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm done. I'm finished. You want to go back, you can go back and watch the live stream whenever you get good and ready. But I'm done with this series of the top 50 underrated wide receivers. Come back a little bit. I'll be starting a new series. I'm going to do a book that I wrote years ago, a long time ago. The top 50 greatest groups in hip-hop. I'm going to go over the top 50 greatest groups in hip-hop. Let's set everything up with the thumbnails and all that stuff. So that's going to be the next one. I'm going to be reading to the listener, the viewers, subscribers, whoever want to be new to the channel. So that's coming up in a little bit, maybe we'll at the 2:30. I'll see. 2:30, maybe 2:30. About the new series I'm going to be doing. That's going to be the content the rest of the day. About the top 50 greatest groups in hip hop. Now, that was a unique book that I wrote at that time. I think it was 2014 I came out with that book. Because at that time, the groups were declining. And you look at it today, a decade later, there's no such thing as groups. Hip hop groups. There's no such thing as rap groups. I think that has definitely been a point of extinction. You don't see that today like it used to be. So that was good to come up with that book at that time. But we're gonna come back with that on my YouTube channel. Until then, thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon.